I'm going to list some teams in the West, and you guys tell me if they're contenders. So we're going to start at number 1.
Real quick before you go, contenders, are we saying can reach the finals, can win the finals?
I'm going to list some teams in the West, and you tell me if they can make the finals. Yes or no.
Okay.
So that's the cutoff. No Western Conference Finals.
Make the finals.
Do you want to make it Western
We
Conference?
should make the cutoff Western Conference Finals.
I feel like that's fair.
If we do the Western Conference
there's
Finals, we're
like-
going to say a lot of yeses.
I'm going to say so many yeses.
So let's just do
I don't
finals.
think you should.
If we do finals, this conversation gets a lot
Because
more
a lot more
concise.
things could happen Western Conference Finals. Like another team can knock out this team. Like at some
I
point,
mean,
you
all
have to go
these
through
teams
them.
got to play each other. There's no running and ducking in the West.
I like make the finals.
Because if we can make the Western Conference Finals, then we're talking about the Suns. The Mavericks could even come up in
It
conversation
should
for
only
some
be like
teams.
6 or so. All right, listen.
Okay.
So we'll go with the finals. Number 1, we're going to start Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yes,
I'm
they
going to
can
say
make the finals.
Anthony Edwards is amazing come playoff time, but
Offense is getting slightly
I do
better.
worry about playoff setting Rudy Gobert. It's not his fault, but it's just what history has shown me. I do think the Wolves are different from what he's been experiencing in the past. Make the finals. I'm going to say no.
They're contenders. The defense gives them a high floor. The problem in Utah with Gobert was perimeter defense.
Correct.
That's not a problem here. Anthony Edwards, I just trust him as one of those guys in the playoffs that rises to the moment. We're going to see a locked-in Anthony Edwards on
Jason
defense.
Tatum-esque.
We're going to see him be an excellent offensive player, borderline superstar. And I think they're just a mature team. They got a lot of veterans on that team. It's not a young team. They have a couple young players, but it's a veteran team.
I want you to answer too, Riff.
Of course, yeah. I think if they don't get into a turnover-heavy environment in the half court, their offense can become a little bit better. Then, yeah, I would say yes. I do think the 2 big man system is odd at sometimes. I think defensively, if they're able to hold up, that would be good. Some of these small ball team lineups, they could dominate, but they could also give them some hell. But I'm going to say yes. I think the Timberwolves are contenders. They can make the finals, excuse me. Number 2 seed, the Oklahoma City Thunder.
This one's tough. I think that they're a year away. They're a young team. I still think that they can make some noise come playoff time. They will win a playoff series, but making the NBA Finals with this young of a roster, I'm going to say no.
I'm with Drew. They feel a little bit too young. Shea is in that age range, 25, 26, where he's experienced enough to make a run, but he hasn't made a run yet. And then the other dudes around him are mostly year 2, year 3 players, some rookies in case of like a Case and Wallace. So they're still probably a year or 2 from being a real contender.
Chet Holmgren, technically rookie, too.
Exactly, yeah.
SGA is the veteran on this team. I know they just acquired Gordon Hayward, but SGA has been the lone vet on this team for most of the season. They're too young. They're too inexperienced. Chet Holmgren, J-Dub, first time being in the playoff setting. SGA, first time being in the playoff setting as the number 1 guy on an offense. I'm curious to see how the fouls translate to the playoffs. In the regular season, he gets a lot of ticky-tack fouls. Will that translate to the playoffs? Will that throw off his game at least a little bit? I don't think it will, but that's something to look out for. I'm going to say no. I don't think they're contenders.
I do think Oklahoma is a well-balanced offense and defensive team.
Very.
You know, I think SGA will translate. I think this is one of the few teams that experience isn't going to matter. I think this team is going to be ready to play. But I'm going to say no because I think there's just a couple more teams better than them. I think they don't match up physically with the Tims, with Denver, and I think they can go small ball with the Clippers, but I would take the Clippers as a more talented team.
Also curious how many minutes Josh Giddey plays in the playoffs.
He should not play more than 25.
Can I ask you a
25
question?
Should not
be
play more than
max.
15.
Yes.
He shouldn't, but I think he'll get to 20.
In terms of matching up against Minnesota, with Chet's ability to stretch the court, bring
I just think they're
Gobert
too
out.
small.
Okay.
That's a bad rebounding series for them.
for sure.
I think defensively that's a tough one for SGA if they play certain guys out there, and I think the guys who they are gonna have to play are too small for a team like.
Because the lineup, I'm thinking it would be SGA, J-Dub. It depends. Isaiah Joe or Gordon Hayward, depending. Chet Holmgren.
Chet's the lone big.
Facts, and I didn't even mention probably Dortz, who probably will be out there too. With that idea, you know J-Dub can shoot the basketball. Lugan Dortz can knock down some threes. Isaiah Joe's a great shooter. Chet Holmgren can stretch. It's going to be dependent. We were just having this conversation on Joel Moran show where is SGA's jump shot going to be consistent enough come playoff time where you know he's cash in the mid-range, but his ability to stretch beyond into the three-point range, he's an elite finisher at the basket. He's going to be forced in these situations in series like Minnesota to either kick out, make the right pass, which he's shown to do, or finish in traffic against a Rudy Gobert or against a Nikola Jokic, especially if they're going to make these deep playoff runs. If Chet's on the court, I feel like that still will be it will allow OKC to continue to play that brand of basketball that they've been playing all season long. So which in a series versus Minnesota, I don't know if it's going to be as matchup hell for OKC, given the fact that Chet can pull their big out of the paint area, or depending on who's going to be playing the defense on Chet Holmgren, to allow SGA to still get to his spots.
I agree. I just think you're talking about one portion of the game, which I think OKC is going to be fine with. It was in the pick and roll.
And they're still a great shooting team.
For sure. But in terms of like rebounding the ball defensively, if Chet gets in foul trouble now, what do you do? Having guys, you're going to have to play Giddey at some point. If the rookies like Case and Wallace, the young players, are not hitting shots, what are you going to do? If SGA is forced into the paint against Rudy Gobert, there's just so many things wrong with this Timberwolves matchup because of the fact that they lack size. They lack anything down low. They lack any backup outside of Chet. And even then, Chet is not this physically imposing big. He's a flash finesse type of big. He struggles against big. I saw him struggle one time against Isaiah Hartenstein. So physically, he just cannot do it.
Isaiah Hartenstein's a really good defender.
He is,
though.
but my point is, physically, he's just not at that point in his career.
I gotcha.
Tim's, Denver, tough matchup. The Clippers, Suns, they match up, but I think talent-wise, bar for bar, I think the Suns and the Clippers would probably give them hell.
OKC.
Yes. The next team, number 3 team in the league, the number 3 seed in the West, Los Angeles Clippers. I'll get mine out of the way, yes.
Now, this team most definitely can go to the NBA Finals, but it's all dependent on the health of the big 3, James Harden, Paul George, and, of course, more importantly than any of the other 2, Kawhi Leonard.
They're a contender.
Yeah, absolutely. Kawhi, the way he's playing, Ty Lue is one of the best coaches in the league, in my opinion. James Harden's fitting perfectly. Russ off the bench. I mean, if there was any year for the Clippers to make it, it feels like this is the year.
Yeah, not just health too, just like Harden and PG not choking. That would and then this is another team like you mentioned. Boston is very jump shot reliant. The Clippers are the same thing. They're very jump shot reliant.
Best 3-point shooting team in the
for
league,
sure.
though.
And Powell is a credit to that too.
Yeah.
They can hit at an insane clip, but sometimes when they're not hitting, they rely on tough shot making a little too much. When you have 3 players like that, I understand it, but I would love for them to get more easier looks, and sometimes in the playoffs, that could hurt them.
Norm Powell's been the best catch and shoot player damn near in the league.
No, he does not. He catches it and goes up no matter what's going on.
Norman Powell, I've been given a lot of credit to for the past few seasons to him being a Clipper. He is like that.
Number 4 seed in the West, the Denver Nuggets. I'll say easily yes.
100%.
Yes. Yep.
Although depth is a little
the
bit
bench is
more
low.
of a concern than
They good.
Yeah, they should be good. They should be good because, of course, in a playoff setting, you just need 7 guys.
Number 5 team in the West, the Phoenix Suns. I think this is the tricky one.
This is the wild card. This is the dark horse team right here, where I can't say they're pretenders with the big 3 they got, but I'm not 100% sold on them being contenders because I don't know if they're going to rise up to the moment when they're in those fourth quarters against the Clippers and the Nuggets. This is kind of in the middle for me. I know it's a scapegoat, but this is one of the dark horse teams in the West.
Yes or no?
Can't count out the big 3.
Okay.
You have to say yes.
I'm going to go yes. I think they are.
Okay. I'm going to say yes because of Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, but of course injury is always going to be at the forefront with this team. And then defensively, I still have my questions, especially in a playoff setting. Although they've been trending in the right direction, I do have my in the back of my mind thinking that it could still be a crux of theirs.
They're another team heavily reliant, mostly on mid-rangers. They're most mid-rangers in the league, and in terms of getting to the rim and 3-point shots, they're like in the 20s. So they live and die by the mid-range. They have 2 of the best, maybe the best of all time. Then you got Devin Booker there too. But that's a tough way to battle to a finals when you have Clippers and Denver who could beat you in multiple different ways. I don't have them as contender.
I think Dell said it. I forgot where he said it, but the shit was so funny to me. He was like, the fact if you have Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and you're a dark horse, that's a problem. And it's funny, but it is true. They are kind of like the dark horse in the West. We talked about the top 4 teams pretty much ever since the Clippers got back on the map. Who's going to come out of those 4? And the Suns have been quietly, sneakily been in the hunt. Getting healthier. Picking up some pieces off the buyout or in trade. And I think being in the middle for this team makes sense, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say yes. I can see a world where they can make the finals. Number 6 team in the West, the Pelicans.
No.
They cannot make the NBA Finals. I think they're better than a lot of people give credit for
Yeah,
because people like jokes better than facts. But
What's the facts?
what's
the jokes?
The jokes that Zion Williamson is not dedicated to basketball. He's fat. He's lazy. He's out of shape.
Somehow they really.
Zion's been playing good basketball.
Are you saying they're contender?
No?
Oh, sorry.
No, he said no.
He needs to be better.
He needs to be more aggressive.
He's one of the worst defenders I've ever seen in basketball.
But in terms of facilitating
All right, that
an
was a little
offense,
troll, but
he's pretty damn good at it.
he's yeah.
We need to
Respects-
pick between him and Ingram. Both of them don't fit.
I don't think it's a pick. I think you trade.
You go
Ingram.
with you go with Zion.
There's reports out there that he's going to get moved this offseason.
Yeah, Zion.
Ingram?
If
Zion might not want to be there though.
Shit, reset.
who knows? Zion with more usage is a 27, 28 point per game guy. You can't have a guy like Ingram playing next to him and taking away shots. With all due respect
It's
to
not,
Ingram.
don't do that.
I don't think it's that.
You're saying that like he's not.
I don't think
like
Willie
that.
Green has been good either. You know, I think he has struggles in his own way, but I also think just for Zion specifically, well, for the team in general, I don't know. It's just
His
a weird
usage is
team.
insane. It's like almost 30%.
Who's Zion?
Zion?
Yes.
But is he used in the right way?
I mean, he
Use-
plays on ball a lot.
Usage
He
rate.
facilitates
I don't think
the
Bi
offense.
takes away touches.
Let's see
from,
Let's see Bi's usage.
Yeah, it's solid.
They're not contenders.
No, they're not.
No.
I don't think they can win a playoff series.
I don't think there's
Shit.
I don't think there's a point of having a serious conversation about them.
They
in
would play the
West.
Clippers right now. They give the Clippers hell. Okay.
Jesus.
They're not beating the Clippers in a 7-game series.
Bi's
They
usage
just
is
they
high
don't
as
like
fuck,
they just don't have the
too.
star power to do
What
it.
about CJ's?
CJ shits might be too high too.
So for comparison, Brandon Ingram's usage is 28.7,
you could have just went to the team
98%.
and it would have showed you all their usage rate.
Oh, really?
Oh God.
That's funny.
Oh god.
Wow.
But Zion's is 28.9. Let's see. That's funny.
All right. On to the number 7 team in the West, Joel's favorite team.
Here we go.
The Dallas Mavericks. Yes or
contenders.
no?
It's 23.9.
They're a dark horse. They're contenders.
They're most definitely not.
I think the Mavericks are the biggest dark horse in the West right now. They've been injured all
Lakers
season
exist.
long. Kyrie Irving has missed half the season already. Maxi
They
Kleber has
can win
missed more
3
than that.
straight playoff series.
Luka Doncic is an all-time great player.
Stop. He's been that before. And
Yeah, but the difference is that when he's been that before, in the bubble, Kristaps Porzingis got hurt and they lost in the first round.
He didn't get hurt the next time.
The next time,
He just wasn't
Jalen Brunson didn't play good in that series. He played
That's not an
terribly.
excuse. He got locked up.
No, okay, yeah, but I'm saying Luka. What I'm saying is that Luka had no help around him.
Because
no
the dude
serious
wasn't
help.
playing.
Can I
Okay.
get Jalen Brown struggles versus Jason Tatum cop out for last year?
No,
And they get
we're not
seeded?
giving you
Okay.
that.
That's what he's doing. I don't know if I can.
When the last time
Luka-
Kyrie has played well in the playoff series?
I know, but now he's playing with Luka.
Oh, okay. He makes
Yeah.
guys better. I forgot.
So I'm just saying, in the first 2 series in the first round where you lost in 7 games,
See, I'm not the one getting disrespectful. here. Just
Luka
keep that in
Luka
mind.
didn't have much help. I mean, don't you think Luka's the top 3 player in the world?
Wait, what the fuck?
Why are
I'm
you
not
disrespecting
disrespecting
Luka?
You let him watch.
Well,
You
listen,
let him
hold on.
trick you.
For one, let's just stay on topic.
Why does everything have to get animated when we're talking about Luka, man?
The Mavericks are the biggest dark horse in the West.
Sure.
No.
They're on a 6-game
Lakers.
win streak heading into the All-Star break. They will finish at minimum with one of the top 5 seeds in the West. And I think they got a chance at even finishing with a top 4 seed in the
Not a
Western
bad take.
Conference. Luka Doncic is a top 3 player in the world.
For sure.
Kyrie Irving is his co-star, and I think Kyrie Irving, this is the happiest I've seen Kyrie in a place.
He's been happy for sure.
In Dallas since the Nets, since after that first year in Boston, because his first year in Boston, it was great.
I think it's re-signing.
I think Kyrie Irving is in a happy place right now. I think he's going to show up in the playoffs. And I think the additions they made at the trade deadline were huge. PJ Washington is an athletic defender. He's really good. And Daniel Gafford now gives you 2 big men in the playoffs. It gives you a lob threat. It gives you a nice defender. You have 48
Not
minutes
for
of,
sure. Daniel
of
Gafford
actual.
versus the Joker is nuts. It's
But
an elite matchup.
It's better than Dwight Powell versus
I don't know. I don't think
Dwight
it's gonna
Powell
matter.
was the starting center in series pass. Bojan Marjanovic was their starting center in series pass. You know what I'm saying? So
That might be Cap. Are you lying?
Boban.
Oh, are you sure he was starting?
He started some games. Yeah, he did.
Against who? The Clippers?
It might have been the second series against the Clippers.
Oh, that's fine then.
It might have been, and he was out playing Kristaps Porzingis in that series
Yeah,
too.
that's not good.
So
Yeah,
that
that's
was
when
the
they went
issue.
small. Yeah, because they were going like Marcus Morris at the 5 and shit.
So I think the Mavericks have the team around Luka. I think they have the co-star. And when all-time great players go nuclear in the playoffs, which Luka
still lose.
does, they can go on a run, but they can also go on a run.
I don't have them as a contender. I think they can make the Western Conference Finals. I do think that's still their ceiling because Luka's been, one of the top 5.
So if they can
MVP
make it with
candidates this year.
WCF, why can't they just go to the finals?
I don't know if they can get past the Clippers and the Wolves and they're going to go through 2 of those teams.
Let me ask you.
which makes
Okay,
it
so
tough.
let's paint a funny. Let's paint a realistic scenario. They are the 7th seed right now. They're not them. The Pelicans or the Suns are right next to each other. There's a world where they can play the Clippers or the Timbs in the second round.
That's tough.
But you think they can still make the WCF? So
I think that's their ceiling. WCF. I don't know if they can make the finals.
they're gonna have to get past either one of those teams.
I do know what you're saying, but what if they have
Like
to
you're
go
praying
through,
for a specific scenario.
I'm saying like, what if they get past the Clippers in the second round, but now they play Denver in the conference finals? Like, I don't know if you can avoid. They have certain matchups where I think they'd be okay, but to go through the entire Western Conference.
So you're saying like
that's tough
WCF for them is like a specific scenario?
yeah, I do. And Luka's done it in the past, so I'm not saying like he can't do it.
I think Luka's gonna show up regardless.
He will. It's just like that's a tough way to go to the finals where just every night he's just got to be the best player on the court. He can't have an off night. It's tough. Listen, they got to WCF, lost in 5, but you kind of saw the limitations to it. Of course, you have Kyrie there now who you didn't in the past. But then everyone outside of them, they have specific roles they have to play, but can they play them in a high level in a high leverage playoff situation?
I think the Western Conference is going to finish like this. The top 3 seeds are going to be the Timberwolves, the Clippers, and the Nuggets. I think OKC drops to 4, and I think the Mavs finish with the 5th seed.
And they play Denver. It's over, bro.
No, in the first round they face.
Oh, you're saying
they face OKC.
Oh, you're praying on them playing OKC.
I think
Denver's
they,
manifest.
You're just trying to manifest the shit.
He's praying on them playing OKC.
I think they face OKC,
They can beat OKC
in the first round. They have the 6th easiest schedule. The Dallas Mavericks do after the
Warriors have the
All-Star
first.
break. They finished with the top 6 seed, number 1. Drew gives me my money
heard that,
for the bet that we made.
Good luck.
I know
Good
it's
luck. You got some things that have to break your way.
We play y'all.
And in years past,
when?
look, listen.
Sometime.
On paper, the Clippers should
in
be
Boston?
favorites.
Fuck.
But I've seen Luka take the Clippers to 7 with little to no help.
Oh God.
So I don't think it's
I'm
out of the
so
realm
tired of hearing
possibility that they could beat them in a series.
No, they can beat OKC.
Okay, so yes,
can
I'm
beat
talking
OKC.
about the Clippers. That's a dogfight.
Wait, wait, hold on. They went to 7. He had no help.
This was
the
years
Clippers
ago, man.
weren't what they
This is a
are
different
now.
team. They're both
now
different
they've
teams.
added
Dallas
Harden.
Mavericks aren't either.
No, but
The Mavericks are
they
better
both
too.
got better.
Yeah.
But the Clippers really got so much, and they were already beating them.
They got so much better because they added a player. They
Had
did
James
this.
Harden.
I mean,
And
the
they have
Clippers.
Westbrook off
two
the
players.
bench now.
The Clippers in the
They had the two
bubble.
players.
The Clippers in the
Lied.
bubble were favorites to win the championship.
They
Were
had
they
the 2
not?
players. They had the 2 players.
Norman Powell and James Harden. Or who and who?
No, Westbrook and
Said
James
who
Harden.
and who?
Okay, Westbrook and James Harden. Westbrook is not. He doesn't move me much.
But PJ
in a
Washington
playoff,
does?
In
Can
a
we be so
playoff
serious
series
right now?
In a playoff series, Westbrook doesn't move me much,
But
bro.
PJ does.
As a defender, yes, he does.
Okay, Westbrook's been a solid defender this year.
But I'm saying, if you took a team to 7, that means that you can beat them, bro. It's a 7-game
that
series.
was 2 years ago.
That was
You have to stop. That was
it,
like 2
it was
years
twice in a row, but they still had the core
No,
of
them
Kawhi
having
Leonard.
Them having James Harden makes them different, dude.
It makes them different, but
You
the
have to-
Mavericks now have Kyrie.
So now it's Kawhi, Paul George, James Harden versus Luka, Kyrie. Okay.
I don't think the Clippers are the worst matchup in the world.
No,
That's
they
definitely
actually that
Denver.
is a favorable matchup
have
in
a
terms
question.
of roster construction. And
If they
lineup
face in
play.
a series, is that not a 7-game series again? You don't think so?
I
could
think
be
that
6.
I
It
think
could be
6.
7.
I think 6.
Is Kawhi switching on to Luka?
It doesn't matter.
I'm asking a question.
Maybe in the fourth quarters and stuff.
So in the fourth
But
quarter,
he
when it
won't guard
matters
him for the
most,
entire game.
In the
That's,
fourth
no,
quarter,
that's lunacy.
Yeah, but Luka, bro, he was matched up with Luka before, and Luka was
gonna get his.
dominating this in the series.
Luka's gonna
Dominate
get
who?
his.
Everybody,
You're lying.
and not in the fourth
You're lying
because he was
strong.
gassed
No,
out.
you're lying bad right now.
Being gassed on the
Luka
fourth is not a
never
good sign.
dominated Kawhi. Don't lie.
He did play well against him though.
Can't lie to me.
You have the matchups, Jeff?
I have him in my brain. I'm pretty sure he shoot like 42% against Kawhi.
Listen. If they can take them to 7,
You're
they can
praying
beat
on
them in
Luka
the
I'll be
to
honest.
beat
That
Kawhi in
listen
Game
told
7.
me all I have to know.
Yeah, the listen, yeah, cooked.
Okay.
All right, one more
You
team,
have-
baby.
Do you have? You didn't say. You didn't
No, I
answer.
said,
He said no. Well, we know where
Okay.
he stands.
I also don't have Dallas as a contender. I'm sorry.
listen, I said Gafford. It moved me. I like that move a lot.
And versus the Joker, I
That's
can't
when
wait
the
to see
Then
it.
that line right there.
Yeah.
Mwah.
That was,
So if there is a team, because you guys are going by like contenders, pretenders, straight up, I understand that. That's fair.
Because the question is,
You
can
don't-
they reach the
yeah.
NBA Finals?
Yeah, you don't see a scenario where that can happen. I do.
Fuck no.
I have actually simulated it in 2K. Before.
That would be-
I do,
For record, a great run by Luka, like one of them ones for sure.
and I think will have one of those.
No, he's
eventually.
capable of that
Yo,
himself.
Riff, what's your opinion on the conversations around Luka Doncic being a good defender now? He's a good defender.
He
bro.
does not guard good players,
no.
but he's been holding his own. So
He
shout out
has.
to him. He
Against
does
what?
not guard good
Against
players.
players that
Stationary
just
players.
Yeah, they're still
Right.
they're gonna-
Listen, I respect that propaganda push. I really
No,
do.
I respect the fact that even the
respected
bad
it.
players, because
I
bad players
respected
will
it.
cook Listen,
them NBA
Steph Curry,
players,
bad players used to
NBA
cook
players.
Steph all the time, for sure. Then he got in the weight
That
room. They had a bad player
matchup difficulty really
I
stands out.
just don't see like top players usually guard the opposing team's best players.
In crunch time.
Steph Curry doesn't do
He's
it.
not a defender.
Giannis doesn't even do it.
Just in crunch time.
Giannis is a rim protector.
Yeah, he is. In crunch time, the elite defenders pick up.
Just
on
like,
the
you know,
elite.
Tatum could lock up.
Jokic doesn't do
JB
that.
could lock up.
Okay, but he's not an elite defender.
I mean,
Okay, nobody's saying Luka's an elite defender.
No, correct.
But he's passable. And all you need from him is solid.
Like
You just
even
need solid
LeBron at
defensemen.
age 39, when you need him for a possession, he can.
They're going to pick on Luka because
put his own.
he's a passable, but he's usually the weakest defender, and you want to make him tired. You know, you want to make him tired so that he won't score a lot of.
Trust me, I'm not.
I'm
sitting
putting
here
him in
saying-
action every single time.
That's
on
what
the
they
court.
did to Steph.
Yeah.
The Lakers did the same
Yes,
thing to Steph.
correct.
He's tired as shit.
And that
Keep
happens and
doing
he's
it.
still first all time in playoff points per game.
Yes.
What's the next team?
You know the next team.
Next
No,
team.
there's
wait,
two more.
I didn't
There's
ask
two
my
more
question.
until we
I
get
didn't
there.
ask my question.
Oh, what's your question?
Who's a dark horse team in the West for you guys?
It would be the Suns. For me, it's the Suns.
The dark horse team, 1,000%, is the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh my God, let's be serious.
6-1
I
in the
thought
month
we
of.
were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying the Suns.
Okay, that's a serious answer.
No, my,
After the Suns, who would it be?
Okay, yes, Dallas. I can
Okay.
live with you. It'd be
Suns and Dallas are the top
Again,
two for me.
Those are the two, right?
you
Well,
want to talk about your team having a 6-game win streak. In the last 10 games, the Mavericks have the same record as the Los Angeles Lakers.
So
In
do the
month-
Pelicans.
In the month of February,
So do the
Not
Suns.
moving me.
the Lakers
Everyone in the
Sorry.
West is cooking.
The Lakers
I'll be
are
honest.
6-1. Also, in the month of February, we have 4 players averaging over 20 points per game. Rory Hachimura, when he is in the starting lineup, shout out to Lakers Legacy Pod, dropped some great stats on us. When he starts, Lakers are 9-4. When he doesn't, we are.
You just skipped the whole team, by the way.
What do you mean?
Keep going.
I did,
did.
but I said the Lakers. You asked me my dark horse.
He did.
Thank you very much. When he plays more than 19 minutes, we are 21-10. When he does not play 19 minutes, we are 2-9. Rui Hachimura is essential to what we want to do offensively. He's been great for us in the month of February. There've been very few teams as good of us offensively. Respect us. You want me to be serious? I'm being serious.
Dallas, you know who has a better record than them in their last 10?
Yes. Yes.
You know who's been back since
too.
Draymond's been back, baby?
guys been
Now, we're
cooking.
not skipping steps.
No, facts. Let's go. Apologize.
I'm happy for you that the Lakers are finding success.
You told me to be serious. I'm being serious.
At their best, I feel like the Warriors are creeping up.
Good to know, because you said that the Grizzlies, you believed in them more than the Warriors.
Hey, they're
I
two
won't-
and a half
Then
back
John
from
Moran went
Dallas.
out and doesn't
whatever.
Bang. They was slaughtered with injuries.
Whatever.
They're
They
two
were,
and a half
they were,
back
they
from
were,
Dallas.
they were.
8th seed in the West, the Sacramento Kings.
No,
I don't think they're
I would
contenders.
say no.
we don't got to talk about this. Like we can move on.
Oh,
Wow.
You
Damn,
Kings fans
damn.
love you. You
Damn,
turned
bro.
on them.
It's
You
just the
are a
truth.
flip flopper.
What do you mean? I'm the
He's
most
not- he's not
unbiased
wrong,
analyst
though.
in the
He's
world.
not
No, he's not
The
wrong.
way he
but
just
bro,
counted his guys out. Those his
bro,
guys.
King's Muse. He made a full
those
clip
were your
after going
brothers.
up 2-0.
Those were your brothers.
He made a full clip on River after they went up
Took a
2-0.
victory lap after 2 home games.
Bro.
I'm the most unbiased analyst in the world. I got to be unbiased.
I
I'm
respect it, 'cause
unbiased.
there's
But
a
you said, fuck no, let's move on. No
No, I
respect
said
for,
no,
for
we
your
can move
brethren.
on. I said we can move
So you
on.
don't think Kings, they get 7 seed, they play OKC. You don't think they have no shot?
They have a
That would be an
shot, but
exciting
If I'm
fucking I
OKC,
need
I'm
that,
licking my
actually.
chops.
I need
There's
that
no
series.
world.
I need that
De'Aaron
series.
Fox, first of all, needs to figure it the fuck out. He needs to get back to De'Aaron Fox level. Sabonis been doing his thing, but going up against OKC,
Real
them and the
isn't
Pels, I look at those are the two teams I feel like they don't got a chance.
listen, it's funny that you guys are laughing at my disrespect for the Kings, even though it's just honesty. It's not disrespect. I
The
don't
way
mean
you
no
pushed them
disrespect.
off was crazy, though.
It's funny because Jess called me out on that the other night. She was like, you don't talk about the Kings no more. You're not like a fan of them.
Shout out to Jess.
You know what I noticed about myself? There are teams every year that I'm high on, and going into the season when I'm high on them, they become a team that I love rooting for. I was not high on the Kings coming into the season. They didn't make any move to make them significantly better. They kind of just stayed pat, and everybody else got better. And this team is too Fox and Sabonis reliant, and Sabonis is not Julius Randle in the playoffs, not even close. But the front court in the West is a lot of difficult matchups for him.